Hi,
Hi, everyone.
hello, welcome. Uh, da, 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 da. Great to see everybody. Still letting some people in. All right, here we are on another Wednesday for the Cartography Knit Along. I am Iris from Cashmere Goat, and I'm super happy to welcome everybody to the Zoom room this evening. How's it been going for folks?
Good. Hey.
Good.
Mm.
Glad to hear it. Oh, Mary, are you muted? You're talking to us? No.
I'm just talking about who's joining. Who am I seeing? That's all, just me.
Okay. Great. Good, good, good. It's been really fun because the Facebook group has been so active lately. That's been fun to see people and their finished projects. I did want to update the group because one of our regulars, Teresa from New York, good friends with Gwen, um, is not able to be here tonight. She's having a busy day. Her dad is still recovering from his surgery and rehab, etc. And then another one of our regulars, Vicky from Kentucky, messaged me today that her mother-in-law fell and broke her hip. So is
Oh,
having a surgery tonight, right around now. So I was like, well, Vicky, can I mention it to the group so we can all just send good vibes to the mother-in-law? And she said, yeah. So hard. But here we all are. So anybody have a cartography update for us?
I do.
I was it Priscilla?
Dorothy. Dorothy.
Priscilla, well, okay, let's do Dorothy and then Priscilla. I saw Priscilla wave, but I heard Dorothy first. So we'll do
Well, the
Dorothy
lighting
first.
here is I'm in the living room tonight, so can't
Oh,
really.
nice.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
pretty.
Yeah, I made an extra long cuff because I want it way over the ears. Fold it up.
Nice colors.
Nice. Oops, sorry, I unspotlighted you by mistake. Okay, yeah, hold up one more time. Yes.
And then
And
Nice.
tell us about your yarn. I love that.
it's Jagger spun yarn. I
Uh,
got it at
Oh,
the quilt shop, and
great.
it was just there, and it jumped in my hand. So
Mhm. It's funny how that happens, right?
it is. Yeah, it's
Awesome.
slippery stuff. It
It
is.
is.
It just.
Looks like on your cuff that you did that special treatment around to help it fold. Did you do that?
I did.
I for one forgot to write down that magic formula. Can somebody share that again?
I added it in the Zoom or the Facebook group because I saw on that one thread a
Oh,
couple of
good.
folks
Okay.
were, but I will. It's also in the playlist on YouTube as well. I added it there. So,
Okay.
but
Great.
yeah,
Thank you.
cool.
And if you want to do it, if you want the cuff to go on the inside, then you slip the knit stitches and wait, you slip the purl stitches and knit the knit stitches. It's just
Okay.
the opposite because a friend did that with a sweater and that it worked.
Hmm.
Excellent. Thank you.
Very cool. All right, next up we'll have Priscilla. Hi, Priscilla.
Hello. Um, I am making good progress on
Wow.
my
Wow.
granddaughter's
Wow.
sweater.
Oh, that's pretty.
Very nice.
The
Mm.
one thing I forgot from last year when we did the dog star is the body seems to be really long,
Mhm.
which I like. And my granddaughter will like it too because she can just wear tights under it and wear it like a dress. But so I think when I go to do mine, which is next on my needles, is I might make it just a little bit shorter because it's just a little bit too long from last year. But that seems to be, and I don't know whether it's Tin Can Knits that has a lot of their sweaters like that. I've only knit, this is my only second sweater that I've ever knit from Tin Can Knits. However, I'm doing the sleeves and I have a question for the group, need some advice, I guess. I'm doing the sleeve on double pointed needles, which I don't mind. I use double pointed needles all the time. However, for color work, it's a little more challenging.
Agreed.
And I've never used shorties, I guess, or I'm looking for recommendations as to what to use for the sleeve in a circular needle or how to get around not using DPNs. What are other folks doing with their sleeves?
What about two circulars?
I have thought of that, using two circulars and just dividing up the stitches. But I was just curious as to if anybody else is using, just one circular needle to do, round work like that.
I've
And
had
what's
good
their
luck with
experience been?
12-inch circular, but for a child sweater, it might be too long. But it was perfect I knit a sweater for myself, and the 12-inch circular worked great.
Oh.
They also come in 9-inch,
Yeah.
which might
Oh,
be
that's
more
true. So
appropriate
that would
for
be even smaller.
And I have to say, I love the color work on a small circ. That's what I'm doing my sleeve on. And it's so easy. It's just so easy. There's no negotiating around a magic loop or the cable or the traveling loop. I know some people like that. I mean, it's essentially what you feel comfortable with, but this just feels so darn easy to me, not having to fuss with any sort of join and just I get to go around and around and around. And
Yeah. What size are the tips, Iris, on those?
So this is from the set, the shorty set from Gu. So you get a 2-inch or a 3-inch with the set for Gu. When it's a fixed cable, it's not interchangeable. The tips are probably about 2 inches or so. So it's a little something to get used to. And I will say that the folks who tend not to like the short circulars are folks with bigger hands. It is a little bit of a different way that I'm holding my knitting. So it took a minute. But to me it feels pretty comfortable. Yeah.
So do you think a 9-inch,
That's what I had.
a 9-inch cable, or I don't know. I'm thinking of fixed. I'm thinking of a fixed circular because I don't have any interchangeables right now. A 9-inch would be good for a child sleeve.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Iris, I have these 9-inch circulars I use for socks. They're bent. The needles are bent and they're square.
Oh.
And they were so much easier on my fingers, and which is what their ad is, easier on your hands, more stitches. However, I did find that my tension was very different from my double pointed needles, to this, because I got going faster and faster and faster, and it was real tight, and then I had to go to the double points for the heel because I couldn't figure out how to do it on this, and it was a huge difference in my socks. But anyway, these were cool to use. They're square. The points are square. This part is
cool.
Square. So,
but also
they're little.
They're little. The 12-inch, like Karen was talking about, it in the Gu have a little bit of a bend to the tips as well. I mean, the other one that I've used on a sleeve is the Flexi Flips by Addie. So that's sort of a fun the sweet spot of in between a double point. They're expensive. They're expensive. So that's the downside. But they are very comfortable in the hand. because it's like the two circular concept, except for you're not dealing with manipulating the length, so that the set comes with just the three.
Great. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
I have used the Flexi Flips for mittens
Mm-hmm.
and liked them. So, but thanks for all the recommendations.
Priscilla, can I ask you what sweater you're wearing? Did you
Yeah.
did you make it? I love the pattern.
I did. This is a Jen Steingass. It's called Fern and Feather, I think.
Perfect.
Mm.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
nice. Very nice.
it's made with
Beautiful.
Jagger spun yarn. Jagger spun mill is not too far from me, and when they went out of business, I went up and bought a bunch of their yarn.
Mm.
So thank you. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
great pattern.
What
Really
weight yarn, just out of curiosity, is that a DK or?
This is a worsted weight. I
Mm.
have made another Jen Steingass with DK weight with I think it was Juniper Moon, Patagonia, and Malabrigo, Rios. Not Rios. Is Rios DK?
No,
Whatever.
like maybe Arroyo.
Yeah,
Not
whatever their
Royal.
DK is, I use that. And Jen Steingass has great patterns.
Great. Well, thanks for that and for the question. Love a question. The group always has opinions too. Hmm.
Hey, Iris.
Yeah.
I do have a question. I finished all my Jody Long yarn. I had like very little left after hat 3,
Yeah.
but I have some yarn someone had given me. It's a Cascade sport weight.
Hmm.
And I'm curious if anybody's done a hat with a little bit less than DK yarn in this exercise, in this cartography set.
How sport, like not all sports are created
I
as
know.
sporty as each other.
I know. So it's just saying on 5s and 6s, 22 to 24 stitches for 4 inches.
That's pretty close,
Yeah, okay.
That's what I thought.
right?
Okay.
I would
Yeah.
go for it. Yeah.
Okay. And so I think maybe I'll just do a large and then it should fit. And if it's
Yeah.
too big, like everybody else has done, I can throw it in the wash.
What
So,
are your colors like?
well, it's just this, it's a really pretty blue, like,
Mm.
and then it's just an oatmeal-y color.
Mhm.
They're not necessarily what I would choose, but I'm just going to knit this up for donation, and I figured it would be a good place to start with something somebody gave me.
Sure.
So,
That's great. Love
yeah.
it.
And I don't know, I haven't worked with this Cascade 2. It's not a superwash.
Mhm.
It's called Cascade 220, but it's sport weight and it's not a superwash. So it's not something I know.
Do you know how old it is?
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
question.
I don't. So
I did a sweater out of that yarn,
yeah.
pilled like crazy.
Okay.
And when I saw the rep at Vogue Knitting a couple of years ago, I said,
Mhm.
"Hi there. Just a question about your yarn." She goes, "Yeah, we had a problem with it and we had to."
Okay.
So that's,
Yeah.
Interesting.
but it's a hat. A hat's
a-
not going to hold the way a sweater does.
Right.
It
Yeah.
doesn't get the abrasion.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to know. No, someone had this, I think, in their closet, and just brought it to our group. So just trying to use up things.
Yeah.
Priscilla has.
Yeah, I see Priscilla.
I have used Cascade 220, but not sport weight, and it does pill like crazy. But
Okay.
I made this hat with
Oh, pretty.
So
patterns,
pretty.
sport weight yarn. It's an acrylic.
Mm.
It was just something I had in my stash.
Yeah.
And I made I think this was a small adults. And it was fine. I didn't have any problems with it at all.
Oh, okay. So maybe I don't need a big one. So it just, whatever I can.
You could peek at your gauge too. I mean,
Yeah.
because even if, let's say, you do your brim and you get into your first color work motif and maybe it's a little off, you could
Yeah,
make a it's a, it's a
I
hat.
know. It's a hat.
Yeah.
We still want
I
it to
could change
fit.
my needle. Yeah. But
Hmm.
it doesn't have to fit anybody particularly, right? Like,
Right.
so if it's going in to somebody who we don't know, it's different.
Yes.
So, all right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yay.
Oh, I'll show you what I've done so far.
Yay, Meg. Let's see. Oh my
Ooh.
gosh.
Oh, that's
Pretty
beautiful.
Love
colors.
the colors.
Oh, so
Whoa.
That's
pretty.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
Sue,
you.
that's
Very
beautiful.
nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Rem-
It's Patagonia,
Mm.
Juniper Moon Patagonia, so this is a little on the thin side too. Do people ever block things before they're finished?
Oh, sure.
Not me.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
I'm
No.
The sweater I'm
just
wearing,
curious about what it's going to look like.
yeah, the sweater I'm wearing, she recommended to block the yoke
Hmm.
before you continued to make sure that your sizes were right.
Yeah.
It's one of the
Yes.
Jennifer Shields told me.
Okay.
Okay, now I
Hmm.
like that sweater. What is that?
Hmm.
One of Jennifer Shields Tolan's, I'll have to look it up because I have a couple of her patterns.
So pretty.
This
Is it one of the seashore
Yes,
stroll
one of
ones?
those. It might be seashore. Oh, come on.
By the
She sells
seashells.
seashells by the seashore. Um, I will look it up and I'll let you know.
Okay, that'd be
Nice.
great.
It's really pretty. And she does. I remember in hers, she says, especially at the yoke before you proceed. The other thing that I've done, and I did my yoke as well because I wanted to, just I just steam blocked it and to make sure also like my gauge was still sort of the realm that I thought it was going to be and doesn't hurt.
And Meg, I did my dog star with that yarn last year, and I do feel like it relaxed quite a bit after. And I had done a gauge swatch and had blocked it, and I really liked how the fabric felt. But and I was on gauge, but I just do really feel like it relaxed, and my sleeves were a lot longer than I expected. Well, they were
Oh,
longer than I expected them to be after I had washed it and blocked it. And I tried to scooch them up again, and they're just too long. So just keep an eye on that,
that's
you
good
know,
to know.
because it I had worked that sweater a little bit in the opposite direction of the way the pattern was outlined, but I just still felt like the sleeves were long after I finished it.
Was
And they fit when like because I was trying that on with Karen
Mm.
and somebody else and
Yep.
they looked good and then I blocked it and then they were too long.
Is it a
Yeah,
super wash? Is that why?
No,
No.
I don't think that is that it's organic merino,
It
right?
is it's washable. And
Right.
so we don't totally know
I think
what
it's
their
that eco super wash, which still then
eco
takes
switch.
the scales off. Yeah.
The other thing that I know about Patagonia, especially like because I think of it as more of a sport weight. But I mean it can be knitted to DK gauge, but it's a little bit more airy and so less structural at a DK gauge.
Yeah.
Just yeah. So also that could contribute to sort of some growth of those stitches being a little less structural.
Okay.
Also, Ginny just put in the chat that it is the Seashore Stroll by Jennifer Seals Toland. Pretty. And one of our local knitters, oh geez, I don't think we've done a finished object post for Whitney, but she just completed a test knit for Jennifer's. Is it the winter seashore stroll that she just came out with? There was like a wintry weight one, I believe, and then a cardigan version. And now I'm doubting myself. Was it the winter? No. Anyway, I'm gonna look that one up and I'll put it in the chat. But it was super beautiful, knitted in a DK yarn, and it was the Cottage DK by On the Round in a beautiful seafoam green, just stunning. Anyway, I'm gonna look that one up because I bet you guys will like to see that one as well. Anybody? Yeah, Ginny.
Okay.
Oh
so
my
cute.
gosh. Keep it up there until oh my gosh.
Oh, cute.
Very cute.
Oh
Great.
man.
I
Sweet.
I can't believe this is a size 1, 2. It looks real big,
Oh.
Oh, I
but
don't know.
Yeah.
babies grow.
Yeah.
Babies
Yep.
grow.
Right.
So
Oh my
Better too big than
gosh.
too small.
I
Yep.
did do a
Mm,
tubular cast on for the neck,
okay.
right? So because I thought that was like softer. And then for the ribbing, I'm trying to get the right
Mm,
place. The ribbing, I had read a lot about ribbing twisting. So I did
Yep.
the thing where you knit through the back loop of the
Mm-hmm.
knit
I
stitch.
like it.
Nice.
I think it made it look, and then I did a tubular bind off, which with this many stitches was really interesting because it's like Kitchener stitch, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
And that one I followed with the cast on and the bind off, Roxanne Richardson.
Mm.
She had really nice videos on that. So, and this is, again, it started out being stash yarn. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a
So
little bit of
pretty.
sparkle
Ah,
in the
I can see it.
Oh,
Oh
that's
my gosh.
fun.
Karen's Simply Soft Party.
Oh,
Nice.
And so the others are all also Karen's Simply Soft. So, it's an acrylic. It's for a little kid. It's going to get thrown on
yeah.
the machine. So, but I'm shocked at how easy this is.
Mhm.
I know, isn't it
I've
a
done a
foot
lot of
passage?
stranded knitting. This is very easy,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's
other than the
fun.
fact that you're changing colors about every 4 rows,
Yeah.
which leads
Yeah.
to lots of ends to,
Yeah.
although sometimes I knit them in and sometimes I weave them in. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So,
I love it. Love it. And love seeing it in the little colors like I said in the it's
yeah,
fun
just
to
like,
see in the
yeah.
yeah.
I put a question up in the Facebook thing and I don't know if anybody's answered it. Did anybody notice they never tell you to bind off in this
Yeah.
pattern? They
Maybe
never
not.
tell you to bind off. They tell you to do the ribbing.
Yeah.
And they tell you and it's like, okay, and now go to the next thing. I'm like, and I looked at the hat and I looked at the sleeves and it
Huh.
never tell you to bind off because
Yeah.
I was like, what bind off method do they use?
Yeah.
And they don't tell you to bind off, which I thought was really, I don't know who's proofreading your patterns, but you might want to put that in because, well, I know to do that. And I'm sure all of you know to do that.
Yeah.
Somebody might be like, now what do I do?
Mm.
Right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
noticed
notice that. If I
Right.
did, I didn't pay attention. I just went on.
Just did it. You just bound off because you knew to bind
Right.
off. Yeah. So
That's so funny. Okay. Well, I'm trying to look up the
can
winter
I ask one more
seashore.
question?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
Does
yeah.
anybody else have so I did get their app. So I have it on my phone, I have it on my
I
laptop.
haven't done that.
I cannot get their highlighter line to line up in my as you get up like in the sleeve where it has so many rows, it doesn't square up. So I'm using
Hmm.
Knit Companion because I can get it to do that. Because again, there's like what 139 rows in
Sure.
the pattern. So I didn't know if anybody else had. I got it to work somewhat on my phone, but I prefer knitting off my laptop.
Hmm. I have not actually played with it because I'm so deep in with my paper pattern that I'm just sticking with it. But that is a good question. I will keep my ears out for that
There is
and
a
I'll
thing where
do.
it says adjust highlight,
Hmm.
and it says drag to bottom of whatever chart. And I do, but as you move up, it keeps getting off kilter.
I would email them,
Yeah.
Ginny. I know they are very responsive to emails and probably be like to hear the feedback. But maybe see what they say.
Yeah. I know in Knit Companion, if it doesn't recognize the right number of rows, that happens. So you have to make sure that it understands there's 65 rows. But I don't know what this is. So, okay, I'll email them.
And report back, please.
You got it.
I
Although-
popped in the Winter Seashore Stroll link in the chat if anybody's interested. It's real pretty. There's a
Pretty.
pullover
We'll be
and
here
a
next
cardigan.
Wednesday because it's Vogue Knitting New York. So I'm going to be there volunteering a couple of days, and I'm taking classes with Carson Demers Saturday. I know. It's 2 3-hour classes, the right needle and the right yarn.
Yes.
So I shall be ergonomically correct when I come home.
Excellent.
Good.
Love it. I love him. I have such a like nerd crush on him.
Did you ever see his thing on Knit Stars?
Not on Knit Stars. I did
Okay.
watch the Fiberside chat with him.
Okay. Knit Stars, he did a segment when it was the Norwegian or whatever. So it was Arna and Carlos and can't think of her name, the girl from Finland, and him, and his was on kind of the same thing. He's a physical therapist. So his whole deal is being ergonomically correct when you're knitting.
And his book is really like this wonderful, really gets into some great information. But I just love how all of the analogies he uses are like when he's talking about our bodies, so he uses fiber analogies. So he says like, so ligament is maybe a little bit more like a silk fiber. It can stretch a little bit, but if you really stretch it too far, it is not going back into shape very easily. And then your muscles are meant to like be like flexing both ways. So this is like a nice bouncy wool fiber. And but it's very, very technical also. It's a real tome. It's not an inexpensive book. We don't have it at the Goat, but it is available through his website and I think through some other sources too. Yeah. So one of his major things though is like when you're knitting and it starts to hurt, that is your body say, stop knitting.
Right.
And I also really found it interesting and useful for me where so much of my work, I mean, as all of us, we are doing a lot on our computer all day long. And then we're like done with work and we want to pick up our knitting. And guess what? Our arms and bodies are generally in the same exact position we've been sitting in all day. And he's like, this is very different than when we were working all day and we were maybe doing physical labor, but we were using different muscle groups and different parts of our body. So no, there weren't as many repetitive stress injuries or knitting related injuries were not a thing because our lives were not like that.
He sounds interesting.
Very. I think you could probably find him on YouTube as well. Maybe I'll make a little note to add his name to our notes for this Zoom. Well, I see somebody who I don't usually get to see on Zoom, which is Anne. Hi, Anne. Anne's like sometimes is in the shop, sometimes she's not. But is this your first Zoom with us, Anne? You are muted though.
Over to the left.
Yeah. Got this. On your computer, it's like lower left.
Yeah, I did it.
There we go.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm coming from Bangor. Coming to you from Bangor.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's just was too snowy. Sometimes I'm a local goat, and sometimes I'm a Zoom goat. And anyway, maybe I can get. I think I might be having a yarn emergency and needing to get more yarn at the store this Sunday.
Okay.
So hopefully I can come to the in-store meeting. But I don't know if everybody could see. I am doing the hat.
Ooh,
Nice.
I like it.
No, my God, I love it. I am so in love with this. So pretty. Yeah.
Great.
And I'm really in love with like the inside.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
The inside's fun.
Good.
And
So
Anne,
I,
what's your yarn again? Can you remind me?
Yeah, it's this Jody Long Chow.
Yes. Yes.
So I was trying to make my son's school colors. And I love the idea that the hat is the swatch. So
Nice.
I feel like I've already learned so much from this swatch. Like
Awesome.
not defaulting to reading from left to right. Like I had to keep in the beginning writing myself to read from the right to the left. And yeah, I'm absolutely in love with it. And now I'm excited and I have the confidence that I could do the sweater.
Yay.
So yeah, hopefully I'll be there on Sunday, barring all,
Yay.
it sounds like a big snowstorm's coming. So
I know. Sunday into Monday, and our friends down south are gonna get hit hard too, you guys.
They're saying 17 to 22 inches for us on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Where are you?
You just said
In New
that.
Jersey.
Oh, yeah. So we had
Wow.
16 inches in North
Geez.
Carolina predicted, but they changed it to ice. Thank you very much.
oh,
It's
Yeah.
more.
Such
When
a
is
drag.
that?
We're gonna miss
When is
some.
that supposed to hit in North Carolina?
Saturday. So Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and then Sunday. And so my generator,
Oh.
we just don't, it's not like in Maine where everybody has whole house generators.
Right.
We'll just have the kind you have to like yank over to the house and plug in. So mine's being rehabbed at the moment.
Oh.
I'll get my ethanol free gas tomorrow, but it's just
Oh
bummer.
dear.
I wanted 16 inches of snow.
Yeah.
yeah, that ice is
Yeah, I'm nervous. My brother and sister-in-law are driving from Annapolis to Stewart, Florida, starting tomorrow. I'm like, hope you're ahead of the storm, guys.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep, for
Supposed to
sure.
be.
quick. Get there quick.
Yeah.
Yep. My son is driving back to college and he was gonna be driving on those bad days. And now it sounds like he's in Maryland for college. And he's like, I think they might have to move the start of the semester because there's gonna be a messy cleanup and they're not really equipped for any of that.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Please don't shoot me. I'm just as far north as you are, but I have not seen a snowflake in my home territory
Wow.
this year.
Where is that?
Seattle.
Oh, yeah, but you had floods. You had all that flood water.
Yeah, we did. We had lots and
We
lots and
missed
lots
all
of flood.
that.
We had a month of gray skies. I think I saw the
Mhm.
sun twice in a month. It was awful.
Wow.
Well, for being in Colorado, we've had nothing but sunshine and 60-degree days.
Wow.
Oh,
Most
wow.
of it's one of the
That's
warmest
wonderful.
winters on record.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
finally, we're just getting a little bit of some Arctic cold air and a little tiny bit of snow. But my daughter and I are leaving next week for Wisconsin driving.
Oh,
Oh,
Wisconsin
good luck.
bad. It's bad there.
Wow.
goodness.
Yes. My husband got all excited because it was below freezing when he went out and started the car at 10 this morning. So he sends a picture of the numbers off to the kids, and his daughter's on the border between Wisconsin and Illinois. She sent her weather prediction back. Friday's supposed to be negative 17.
Yeah. It's supposed to be really cold here too on
Yeah.
Friday.
And
We might,
We had
yeah.
we had snow all day and we have like an inch and a half, 2 inches. I can't imagine 16.
Where-
I'm leaving tomorrow to go to Quebec, where it's supposed to be minus 25 Sunday.
And
So
you're going, why?
a group of us decided this was something to do in January, and now I'm,
Have you
not
thought
sure
about
about
why?
bringing my knitting and
Yeah, take
Good
lots of
luck.
yarn with you. You may be stuck.
yeah, I don't know. I've never been up there before, so we'll just go have a good time and play cards and,
Eat a lot
If-
of pastries because it's kind of like that level of European pastry
Yes.
level. Mhm.
somebody
And
gave me
poutine.
the name of a shop in the old town called the Crazy Pig, and my French is so bad that I'm not going to say it in French, but I've got to find it.
Nice.
Yeah,
If
but
if it's that cold, take a cup of hot coffee, go outside and throw it up into the air and see what happens.
I might do that.
Yeah, because it just
And-
vaporizes.
Yeah.
Maple syrup on snow.
Oh
We'll have to report back next week.
So I don't know. I'm just hoping that it doesn't start snowing before we have to drive home Sunday. So
That's
I hope we're ahead of that. But yeah, just a plan, just because you don't have anything to do in the winter in Maine, right? You decide to go to Canada.
It's not cold enough in Maine. Let's go to Canada.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we're supposed to break records, I think, in Maine, in southern Maine, this weekend for cold. The coldest high in, I don't know, 10 years or something.
Yeah, like the high one day is supposed to be 5 or 8 or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that doesn't count for the wind chill.
Mm-mm. We had we had a little January thaw, and then now we're back in this weather pattern, but it's actually been really sweet because, the January thaw, it's just everything starts to get a little mucky, but it feels like we're having a refresh of, there's been some very light, fluffy snow, which has stayed on the trees because we haven't had a lot of wind. So if it's gonna be cold, it might as well be snowy and attractive as opposed to just cold and brown.
Yeah.
So,
It is pretty.
That's
true.
Yeah, my friends were talking about at the Samoset, they're having some ice bar, like on the ocean. And I'm like it's gonna be like minus and all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I think I can skip that.
Well, the ice won't melt.
Right.
Nope. Ice
That's
bar.
for sure. Oh, I have to make a correction. Last week, I gave you wrong information about the Barocco blanket knit along. Some kind colleague of mine had printed off this really attractive log cabin style garter stitch blanket that we looked at last time. Well, that was from 2015.
Oh, buddy.
It's still available. It's online. You can get it for free. But when I was like looking at it, I was like, this is so cool. And then it was Tracy, and Tracy was like, that was from years ago. I was like on the website looking for the new one, which apparently is all cables. Okay. So it's cables. And she was like, as I was tootling around on their site looking at blankets, this one seemed great. And I was like, okay, I'll just fill in the knitters about that. But I showed it to one of our local goats, Becca, because she's a quilter. And, we were both actually thinking, did you guys see or hear about the exhibit that was, I believe, at the Smithsonian with the quilts of G's Bend?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And that was what this quilt kind of reminded her of. And as soon as she said it, I was like, oh, yeah, that's totally right. So they're just beautiful, beautiful.
I have show and tell.
Yay!
Oh wow!
Love to see it.
Oh, beautiful!
Oh wow!
I'm making them all up. It's all. And what I use GoodNotes, which I never do on my phone, but just to show you, I just draw a little dot, and this next one will be a heart, which I almost did upside down by mistake, and it's going to be a green heart in a purple because I need to use more of the purple.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, I'm just making it up. And I'm not super good at gauge and all that good stuff. But what I've done is tried it on, and it's perfect. We'll see what happens. I did not block it, so now I'm thinking maybe I should, because
that's beautiful.
But I love the color.
That's perfect.
It is gorgeous.
And it's that Juniper Moon farm that's got alpaca and silk, and it's so soft. So
nice.
Keep petting it, like And my daughter has threatened to steal it, and I told her she can inherit it, but she's not stealing it. But I am one of the I just spent another half an hour teaking. I now know that what tinking. I know that term real well now, because I'll go 2 rows and all of a sudden I go, wait a minute, it was supposed to be 3-2, 4-2, 3-2, and I'd have 4-4, and I wouldn't discover it until the next row.
Of course.
So I've learned about just double checking and checking before I go on to the next row. I have learned that. I've never done anything like this, so I am appreciating the whole thing. But it's fun, and it's really addicting.
It's beautiful.
Because I just want to see, some of them you can't really see the pattern until you're all done that row. And it's like this little magic, like this. I didn't realize that I would like that one or this part. I liked.
Oh,
Yeah.
So anyway, it's really fun. I think I'm worried about running out of the cream color.
hmm.
And the pattern said I only needed one skein of everything, which I thought was crazy. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to not use this cream until I go to this store tomorrow night, so that I can match it with what I've already done in the body part with the sleeves. I mean, yeah, with the sleeves, I want them to at least match down to here. And then if I have to use a new color, I'll just do that in the body and in the sleeve, and that'll match. So I'm learning about like being worried about running out of colors too, I guess. But
Julie, is it it's beautiful, and for one, I would love a picture. If you could get a picture to me, I would love to put it in
yeah,
one of our emails. And the other thing is that Moonshine by Juniper Moon Farm?
yeah.
Yep, I love
Moonshine,
that
the
yarn.
green.
Beautiful.
Oh, is the moonshine the kind of yarn? Oh, I thought that was the color. Ha! Yeah, this color actually. Oh, this doesn't have it. But there's the moonshine is just so soft, and
Isn't that amazing?
the light green is actually the store owner's husband dyes the yarn, and I just wanted this color, and I was worried that it wouldn't. It's not quite as soft and fuzzy, but it seems like you can't really tell that it's not the same brand at all, and it's very close in the composition of what the yarn is. So we'll see, but yeah, this
So
moonshine.
pretty.
It's what made me become a yarn snob, and now I have a real hard time knitting with acrylic because it just feels like you can almost feel the lanolin on your hands.
nice.
That yarn is also really nice too because it's a single ply, and usually you think, ooh, single ply, if there's alpaca, maybe it might be a little bit too, it could grow or drape, but it seems like at least what I've heard and my experience has been that I think because you have the silk, you have the wool content to balance the sort of drapier effects of the alpaca and the single ply, so that even though it's a single ply with alpaca in it, it still is great in color work. It's still great with
Yeah.
textured work, and it's just gorgeous. And the one thought I had too, because you said you're not like super great with gauge, Julie, is yarn quantity is one of those things that if your gauge is a little different, you're going to use more yarn
Sure.
potentially. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I did notice, and I actually took it to this store where I go to another knitting group, but the white versus the purple and the dark green is much fuzzier and softer looking. And I thought it's probably because there's no color dyed into it. Is that
Yes.
all thought?
Mhm.
And it's a little fuzzy. And I do worry because alpaca can shed like crazy, and it is a bit fuzzy. So I'm thinking, well, it's just me. I don't have to worry about that. But we'll see when I block it. Maybe block out that fuzz. I don't know. We'll see.
It'll
It's
have a nice
not
little halo. I think the halo will probably be just stunning.
Yeah. But I mean, boy, there's like hair that I can just pick it off. It's almost like it's a cat, So, anyway, but I just, these are my colors, and I don't know if I shared last week, but it's all because of the little kids book Corduroy, and it's Corduroy's Christmas, and there was this picture of a sweater in there 35 years ago when my son was only 2, and I've always wanted. And when I saw this picture on Ravelry, I just said, "That's it! I'm going to make that." So, and she made up all her patterns too. So as long as it's in 6 or 12.
Yep.
And sometimes I've had to fudge it a little bit, but it's under the armpit where it's not quite right, and no one's going to see that. So
that is correct.
Yeah. So anyway, but I have just totally, it's really addicting. I mean, Saturday I did nothing but knit all day long. It's like, what else can I do? What's a new row I can do? And
It's so fun.
Yeah. And I have actually had 3 colors in a few rows, and not too bad. That's not bad. But it's easier when there's only 2. They don't get wound up as much. But
I thought that I have one round where I decided to do 3 in one round, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll just skip that on the sleeve. And I got through it, and I was like, I don't like it as much. It was just my combination of colors. It wasn't that it needed a third color. It was just I liked how that combo played together. Anyway, just make more work for
Oh.
myself some.
Well, like this part where the little squares are, there's just one little tiny purple in the middle. So it's like, it's white, green, white, purple, white, green, white. And so it wasn't hard. It's just that I do have a lot of longer
Floats.
in the
Yeah.
back,
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit longer for some of those kind of things. And I have not tied off anything. I'm just pulling it from the row, like up a couple rows. And maybe I shouldn't do that, but that's what I've done. So
It's a fun spirit of adventure that you're on. So
yeah,
cool.
apparently.
Maybe that's a Julie trait, because I was going to ask if anybody else had decided that who needs weaving in all these ends and
Me.
just
And I
twisted them on up through.
That's what I'm doing. And I'm actually the left-handed mirror knitter, so I can follow those charts from left to right. So I don't have to worry about going backwards like you right-handed fools,
Iris, I wanted to ask if you tried that little gator tool that you showed on your podcast with your multi-yarns.
I didn't, but I've seen it in action with a couple of knitters and they seem to really like it. And it's just really cool with those little clips that just sit right on there. And I love the fact that it opens and closes. I mean, that is like, duh, because of course we've all seen the bags that have the yarn threaders, but like we were saying on the podcast, I mean, then you're stuck with that one bag. And sometimes our projects outgrow the bag that we originally put them in. But yeah, it seems like it's cool. Sorry.
I wanted to ask a question about 3 colors. I did one that I made up on my own, and I'm doing fine with, I'm normally a continental knitter, but with 2 colors, using my right hand to bring over the second. But with the third, I went half as fast because I kept putting one color down, picking another color up. Does anybody have any suggestions? Like I can't do 2 colors on one finger because the tension doesn't work well.
So interesting that you ask because so when you're doing continental, is like your finger pointy or is it like behind like the Norwegian style?
It's pointy. Like
pointy. Yeah.
It's wrapped. And so when I put 2 over there, it doesn't work. So that's why I was using my right hand to pull the. Anyway.
So Rachel turned us on to, she actually, and they sell these things, but she had a ring that had a little bit of a raised part in the center, which really helped her because she's a continental knitter, which helped the 2 strands just sort of stay spread apart, and she was able to tension it that way. And so I thought that was just very clever. And yes, there are definitely like products that do the same thing. And yes, Pat is holding up the little like Norwegian thimble. I'm going to spotlight you, Pat.
Yeah.
And that as well. But I wasn't ever sure if like that would work for me or feel like it was another thing. Pat, have you used it? What do you think of it?
I have used it. And it at the time I was using it, it worked great. Of course, I was only using 2 yarns, but I'm left-handed too. And I just put it on my finger and ran the 2 yarns through and then picked whichever one I needed.
Okay. And I think part of the trick for me is that if you're doing something where one yarn you use more often than the other, so you're having to carry it, let's say 3 stitches or 4 stitches, then the tension, one needs to slide, one you need to hold because you're pulling it. But anyway, it's fine. I mean, it made me not want to add any more 3 colors in a row. And I'm not repeating it on my sleeve because it was in my yoke, so I don't have to.
No.
So back to carrying your yarn up. I've been cutting my yarn.
Me too.
So how many rows up can you carry yarn without running into a problem?
All the way.
Yeah.
An entire pattern. I've done it up sweaters. I've done it up hats. It's just you have to remember to wrap it when you come around to the start of the row. Every once in a while, I have some interesting little jogs where I didn't realize for about 3 stitches. But even that is not a disaster. You just make sure that you wrap it before you go up, and you can do 2 colors that way too. I've never tried to do more than 3 on a twist, but
So you just wrap it on each row.
Yeah,
And
no problem.
I don't even
I'm
bother
gonna-
to do that, but you do have to make sure that it's not tight and you end up with a pull, between
Right.
rows. But I haven't even done that. And I do 3 colors on my one finger, and yes, you just kind of have to adjust. But I mean, I'm looking, and I don't think anything's more than an inch. I don't, but I could do it more.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, you can kind of. Ooh, some of them are pretty long. Like, you can kind of see some of them are. But I think it'll be more of a problem like putting on and off my sweater, and I don't think getting my thumbs caught in it maybe or something like that. But yeah,
I'm gonna try that. That sounds like a good idea.
And I think afterwards you could just do some embroidery and kind of tack them down if you were worried about your fingers catching on it or something. That's probably what I'll do now that I look at it. I've never actually looked at it till this very second. So maybe I should have wound it. I think that's better advice what the other Julie said. Yeah.
For me, I wind it so that it doesn't get too loose back there.
Right.
If I don't do the wind properly, I'll notice that I get a little bit of a hitch. And so since I know I don't want to have to go back and I know I don't want to weave in extra ends, I'm pretty much a winding Nazi on that. And I've tried 2 different versions of the tensioning rings now, and I'm so much happier with just my fingers. But I don't have one like Pat's. I haven't sprung for one of those, but the probably less expensive ones, definitely more informal looking. One version was plastic and one version was metal. Neither one did me any good. And I don't know.
I haven't had any luck with those either. I've got several different ones, but
as I remember, it was a challenge from the tension because you have to keep the tension tight for 2 strands of yarn as it's coming through. But it was back when I was first learning to do stranded, and I was looking for a solution for holding the yarns and giving me an opportunity to pick them. And I can't remember now. I'm a thrower, so I think I was throwing. Anyway, it worked fine, but I have not used it really since. I tend to, like you, put one yarn in one hand and one in the other and go for it.
That's what I was taught when I took a class at Vogue about 10 years ago. And that was when I learned continental knitting. And to this day now, I do mixed knitting. And I've found that has helped deal with repetitive injuries more than anything else, was learning more than one way to get that yarn moved.
Agreed. That's why I wanted to try to figure out how to do continental. That was my motivation. Well, I have a whole jumble right now because I've got like 4 yarns attached, and I'm like, I've made myself a little pact that when I finish one sleeve, I'm going to weave in half of my tails, at least the body ones, And I'll probably do it on a Zoom so that I don't get totally bored. Weaving in ends is something that I need to do in the company of others, or else I just feel like despondent. I need your company.
Well, I took a side step and I've been working on a pair of socks that I found a pattern for it. They've got the little ruffle around the top.
Oh, cute.
Really cute.
Let me tell you, learning to do the ruffle part. I figured it out for this first one, and then when I started to do the second one, I could not for the life of me figure that thing out, and I tore it out about 3 times, and I finally had to go back to the video and look at it again and listen to what she said about matching, putting right sides together. It's a puzzle, but it's cute as all get out when it's done. It's got a little rolled edge on the side.
So
So
cute.
you may have seen this little pattern. I've seen it on Facebook 2 or 3
Yeah.
times. And I just thought, gosh, isn't that cute? And I had some leftover yarn from another project. So I'm not doing your little hats. I did all my hats, so I'm just hanging out.
That's we enjoy you hanging out. Also, I like the collar that you added to your sweater.
Yeah, I
Very
love
You
that.
just
cute.
couldn't see it last week because I had that other
Yeah.
calendar. But let me tell you what, I have worn that sweater almost every day. It is
Oh.
so warm. I just
Yeah.
love it. I'm going to have to make another one. So as
Oh,
soon
what
as
a
I can
nice
get,
compliment.
I know, I just love it. You did such a good job on that pattern. And I just,
Oh,
it's one of those vanilla sweaters that you just have to have.
just
So,
cozy.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. So when I can get some coins together, I'll be getting some more yarn.
Yay.
So I
Aw.
was curious, is the cartography 15% yarn all the way through?
Yes.
So if we wanted to start ahead on the last day.
Yes, you can. You can. Yep.
Okay.
The cart. That's one of the fun things about our knit-alongs is we keep that discount open, and because we know that sometimes people like to do more than one.
Yeah.
We've learned that. Um, oh, I know what I was gonna say. Speaking of socks, Summer Lee has a new sock book that just came out yesterday. You know,
Oh,
like Summer Lee, the sock goddess lady, if you're a sock fan. I think it's called the Sock Obsession. There's some really cute little designs in there. We were checking it out.
there's
Oh,
another
hey,
link.
Cynthia.
Hi. I'm also taking a detour. Although I love that little kid sweater. I might have to start on that. But I'm taking a detour to make some mittens. First pair I made I was just using something from my stash that was variegated, so I didn't think it needed anything else. But now I'm making a second pair. I'm going to use the cartography pattern and see how that goes. Because I don't want her fingers to get caught behind, in the strings in the back. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I have been taking on a new volunteer role in addition to my knitting, driving children to school whose parents are too afraid to leave their house to walk them to the bus stop.
Oh, good for you.
I have a first grader and a fourth grader who I'm taking to and from school, and they come out of the
Bless your
house with
heart.
mittens, and I'm like, "This is
Oh,
crazy, you guys! It's so cold out here." I mean, I have a little Toyota Prius, but it's such a short ride from my house to the school or my house to their house that it doesn't it's not long enough for the car to warm up. So I get them in their car seats and I get them buckled up and I pile them blankets on their laps. Um,
Oh.
it's cold here. You guys
Oh.
complaining about the
where
snow and
where do you live?
Minneapolis.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay,
Oh,
yep,
Yeah,
because
bless
I'm
your
in
heart.
Chaska,
yeah. You live in
Chaska,
Chaska?
Minnesota.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's crazy down here.
yeah.
Anyway, and we all have to take care of our soul, do some self-love. And for me, that's knitting. So yeah, everybody do what you need to do to keep yourself sane and happy and smiling, right?
yeah.
Yep. Thank you for taking kids to school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
Until they leave the city, that's what we got to do. So
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that and for doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people taking care of each other out there, which is that's what we all need.
that's
A little
right.
more resilience in our communities, which is nice.
Right.
Well, listen, we are just at the top of the hour already, and it's great to be here on Zoom with all of you again. That's certainly something that feeds my heart, and nice to hear about everybody's progress and share some tips and ideas. And we'll be back at this group next Wednesday. And in the meantime, keep yourself sane and happy, in the words of Cynthia. Bye, you guys. Have a
Thank
great
you.
week.
Thank you.
Stay
Bye.
safe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.